Welcome to Shivshale UPSC. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Now we are going to discuss about India's role in the Quad, India's relations with China, and the geopolitical impact of recent developments, which includes Wilmington Declaration, and lastly, the military tensions on the India-China border. Now, let us see what is Quad and who are its members. See, Quad is an informal strategic alliance between India, Australia, Japan, and United States. So, basically, it aims to promote maritime security and upholds democratic values in the Indo-Pacific region. So, here the takeaway is Quad is an informal strategic alliance between India, Australia, Japan, and United States. It promotes maritime security and democratic values in Indo-Pacific region. So, it focuses on security, democracy, free navigation, and regional stability. Now, let us see what is Wilmington Declaration and the key outcomes of the recent Quad meeting. Wilmington Declaration is a joint statement released by the members of the Quad. This declaration hinted at forming a security alliance aimed at containing China's influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Though this declaration explicitly did not mention the name of China, but this could be taken as a shift from diplomacy to security focused coordination among the Quad members. So, the takeaway here is Quad shift from diplomacy to security focused coordination in the Indo-Pacific region and highlights about the maritime democracies in the Indo-Pacific region. Now, learning about these two in brief, that is about Quad and Wilmington Declaration. Now, let us see how is the relations between India and China evolving. See, the India-China relations are little deteriorating. Why? Because of border standoffs in the region like Galwan Valley, Ladakh, Dipsang Plains, and some parts of Arunachal Pradesh. But the focus here is, despite of many diplomatic talks, these conflicts of the areas are not yet resolved. The reason being is China claims few parts of Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh based on the unofficial maps from older regimes, and obviously it is our land and we have our own strategic interests and territorial interests in these regions. So these areas acts like a friction points between two countries' relations. Now, how is India combating or countering China's influence across our borders? We are increasing our military capabilities by deploying artilleries, long range firearms, missiles deployment across the border of line of actual control. By doing these, we are containing China from further encroaching our territory. Now, coming to the recent development, how does China view India's alignment with the Quad? See, China views the Quad as a US-led coalition which is aimed at containing China's influence. So, China views India's membership in Quad as a security threat. So, the takeaway is China feels Quad is a US-led coalition and feels India's membership in Quad is a security threat to China. Now, before learning about India's stance, let us see what is the significance of Xi Jinping's leadership in China's foreign policy. Under his leadership, China adopted an aggressive nationalism. This is a kind of negative nationalism where the interest of one group is advanced over everything else, even at the expense of others. This could be seen through expansionist policies of China's illegal encroachment across the borders, its dominance over few regions in the world, specifically in Indo-Pacific region. Now, what should be India's stance? See, India should be very cautious in its alignment with the West. It should not give an impression that it is being a part of US sponsored coalitions, because this will provoke and even worsen our border tensions between India and China. So here the key takeaway is cautious diplomacy, avoiding geopolitical provocation. So India should balance diplomacy and deterrence. It must maintain strategic autonomy without becoming a tool in the US China strategy. Key takeaway is balanced diplomacy, geopolitical neutrality, and strategic autonomy should be maintained. So, at last, what should be India's long term goal? India's future lies in pursuing our own interests, strengthening regional stability, that is, without becoming a part of any bloc aimed at containing specific countries which hampers our relations. Key takeaway is strengthening our regional stabilities, becoming more self-reliant, and a balanced approach in navigating complex global dynamics. So finally, in brief, we have learnt about Quad, Wilmington Declaration, India China's relationship in the recent Quad outcomes, what should be India's stance, what should be India's long term goal. So now you must tell me, is India's military strategy along the LAC sufficient or not? So let us know your thoughts, perceptions in the comment section below. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next video.